All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and anyone listening online. This is Britt Moore, Councilman Britt Moore at City Hall, calling to order the Finance Committee meeting for December the 1st. Here with me today are Councilman Victor Jones and Mayor Jay Wagner, and we will, that constitutes a quorum, so we'll jump right into our first item. It's item 2022-566, and it is about equipment surplus, and Kevin Rogers, Fleet Service Director, will present.
Thank you, sir. The Landfill Operations Division was using the identified equipment as either spare units or parts, and they are no longer needed. Fleet Services would like to deem the equipment as surplus and sell them through the online auction process. Revenue will be captured in the 2022-23 budget, and we recommend deeming the equipment surplus and selling it through the online auction process.
Any comments or questions for Kevin? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve item 2022-566.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next item, 2022-567, out of the environmental service position reallocation, Mr. Robbie Stone.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, Public Services was granted four additional positions in this budget cycle for our sanitation, our environmental services group. We have looked at how we're going to utilize those positions in a downtown capacity. And three of those positions were originally budgeted as being part-time positions. So we've kind of looked at how that's going to function, and we're asking to transition those from three part-time positions to two full-time positions. The hourly rate of a part-time environmental services worker and the full-time special route operator is the same hourly rate. So it's going to be a savings overall, but it will give us more flexibility as we look at our downtown operations and cleanup. So we're asking council to consider approving the position reallocation as stated in this agenda.
So you're going from total of 4 to 2 full-time.
Total of 4 to 3 full-time. So one of the 4 was a supervisor position, and then there was 3 part-time positions. So we're asking to reallocate those 3 part-time positions to 2 full-time positions.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Are you already actively got these on for interviews and things?
Not at this time, we do not.
Okay, I just wondered how that was going. I know there's such a shortage of things out there.
Now it says they're going to be utilizing non-CDL equipment. What is that? What's
So that'll be the small rear loaders. So we've seen everybody's seen the large rear loaders we use downtown, but these will be able to use the small rear loaders so that, for example, if a supervisor's on vacation or if that position's vacant or something, we can still run these small rear loaders and basically achieve what we
Keep
want
the
to achieve in the
service going.
downtown area. Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That's just based on weight, being under 26.5, right? Those
Yes.
vehicles? Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? I make a motion to approve item 2022-567.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item, 2022-568, is a contract renewal request. Robbie Stone.
Yes, this is for our CMMS, the Computerized Maintenance Management System. We use this at our plants for basically keeping up with the maintenance and management of the different parts and pieces and operation of the plants. It does help us utilize and the physical equipment within those plants. We are currently looking for a new system, but the existing system contract is running out, so we have to renew this contract to keep it ongoing during this process here. We do have funds available in this current budget year. We're asking for this to be awarded to Accruent in the amount of $52,560.86.
Comments or questions? I'll make a motion to approve item 2022-568.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item, 2022-569, is continuing about our East Side Water Waste Treatment Plant. Robbie Stone.
Yes, so this is to hire a contractor to install the replacement parts that we actually pre-purchased a few months ago from Evaqua. This is for our final clarifier number 3. This Eastside Wastewater Treatment Plant has 4 final clarifiers that are downstream of our treatment process. Final clarifier number 3 needs this replacement drive assembly and some other miscellaneous parts associated with that. Due to the scope of work, it was necessary for us to hire a contractor. We do have funds in our current budget, and we're requesting that Kemp Construction be awarded this contract in the amount of $106,524.
Questions or comments?
Motion approved.
There's a motion to approve. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item, 2022-570, considering a contract on our concrete supplies. Robbie?
Okay, so we do use concrete within the city for various repairs, whether it's curb and gutter or sidewalks. And this right here is, purchasing assisted us with putting bids out to open these contracts. And so on Friday, February 23rd, we held the bid opening. 2 bids were received, one from Chandler Concrete, the other from Childers Concrete. So we are requesting to utilize both companies. One is a primary and one is a secondary supplier. We do have funds currently available. Funds are currently available for this in our budget, and we're recommending to award this primary and secondary concrete to Chandler and then to Childers.
Questions or comments? I'll make a motion to approve item 2022-570.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item, 2022-571, is a contract on our sodium hypochlorite. Robbie Stone.
All right, so this chemical product is used by the water plant and the wastewater treatment plants. The sodium hypochlorite is used for disinfection in the drinking water, and it's used for odor control at our wastewater treatment plants, at both plants. Bids for this were received on November 17th, and Ultron Solutions / Trinity Manufacturing was the lowest responsible bidder at $1.95 a gallon. There was a lower, one other bidder that did bid 1 penny a gallon lower. However, they were not able to guarantee that price for the whole year, so we'd have to come back and rebid. So we felt it was probably a better move to go ahead and stick with Ultron here at just 1 penny a gallon more.
Penny,
Excuse me,
penny?
1 penny, yes, sir.
A lot of gallons.
Hope we can cover that.
All right, so we're requesting that council to award this to Ultron Solutions in the amount of $437,580.
Comments or more comments or questions? Hearing none, I make a motion to approve item 2022-571.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Thank you, Robbie. I'd like to apologize to the rest of the staff for Robbie taking up so much time, but we'll give y'all a chance. Next item, 2022-572, has to do with our NCDOT reimbursement, and Greg Venable.
Thank you. This is a request to approve a municipal agreement with NCDOT to allow reimbursement for our maintenance and operations of our traffic signals throughout the city. The last Schedule C revision was in 2014. Like I mentioned, it covers preventative maintenance and the replacement of damaged, inoperative, or obsolete equipment. The agreement will be retroactive to July 1st, 2022, and effective for 1 year, and may be renewed annually by the city manager for up to 5 years before a new agreement is required. Reimbursements for costs associated with Schedule C are capped at $300,000 per year. Funds are included in the General Fund for Transportation Operations, and the prior year reimbursement for Schedule C was approximately $258,000. We request City Council approval on this item.
Comments or questions? Make a motion to approve item 2022-572. There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item is along the same lines, but it's Schedule D. Greg?
Correct. We are again requesting approval of a reimbursement agreement with NCDOT. This is for Schedule D, which is our traffic signal system operations. The new schedule covers preventative maintenance and replacement of the same damaged or inoperative or obsolete equipment. It also covers any kind of warranties or agreements we have to cover our software, our signal system, our traffic cameras, fiber, things of that nature. The application agreement will be retroactive again to July 1st, 2022. again, for 1 year, and may be renewed annually by the city manager for up to 5 years. The previous year's cost for this agreement was about $147,000. Schedule D current year is $140,000 for this year. We're again requesting approval of this item.
Comments or questions? Motion to approve, I make a motion to approve item 2022-573.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir.
Appreciate it.
Next item is 2022-574, and the sub-headline there is so long, I'm just going to let Bobby Fitzjohn talk about master professional service agreements.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Finance Committee. This is the second part of a four-part series that we previously talked about. This is our on-call list for architectural services. Similar to engineering and geotech services, state statutes require that we hold an RFQ process anytime we engage a firm of this nature. In order to expedite that process, the purchasing division every 5 years goes out and holds an RFQ process and gets feedback from any departments who may be interested in order to create an on-call list. So we did that last month with the geotechnical services. This month is architectural and design services, and then engineering will come over the next couple months. So what this does is allow departments to shop around essentially proposals for these firms rather than having to go out and do a 60 to 90-day RFQ process for every project that they're working on. The list of awarded firms seems quite long at 14. However, it is there are several specialties within these firms, and what we've done is tried to really take note over the past 5 years of if departments have had special needs outside of what we provided previously, and made sure that those firms were included this time. And then if they, met the qualifications that we felt were necessary, they were awarded the agreement as well. So this agreement comes at no initial cost, and any contract that requires authority above the manager's authority will come back to council. And so the city council is requested to authorize the city manager and the appropriate city officials to execute master professional service agreements for architectural services with ADW, Clark Patterson Lee, Creech and Associates, Davis Kane, ESPA, Freeman and Kennett, HH, Lindsay, McAdams, SEH, S&C, Stemmel, Summit, and Wooten.
Comments or questions on this item? Hearing none, I make a motion to approve item 2022-574. There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion passes.
Mr. Chairman, if I could, I do want to recognize our purchasing manager, Eric Conti, back there. He is retiring from the city after about 7 years of running our purchasing division. Couldn't have done it without him. He spent another 20 plus years in the community college system before that. So I do want to just say our appreciation for him. And he touches just about everything that comes to this committee, and so he's definitely put a lot of work in over the years, and you've seen it. So just want to say thank you to Eric.
Thank you.
And,
I appreciate you taking the time to do that, Bobby. But we appreciate your service and all the year. Wish you the best in the next chapter. Next item is 2022-575, and I thought we were done with him, but apparently not. Change order number 2, here he comes. Robbie Stone.
Yes, sir. So this is for our Upper Piedmont Lake dredging project. KBS Earthworks is performing the work at this project right now. It's change order number 2 in the amount of $119,496 for removal of 1,300 cubic yards of additional sediment in this Upper Piedmont Lake. This project is currently under construction with KBS and was awarded back in August of 2022. Council approved this amount in $384,377 at that time. This dam was constructed in 1993. This is the first time that we've had to go out and clean out the sediment from it. As we started this work, we ended up having to divert the sediment that was being removed to a different location. So that was the first change order results. And then now, as we got into it, as we started excavating, there was more sediment than what was originally estimated. So that's what this additional estimate is for, this change order number 2. So that fund, we do have funds currently available for this. We are asking council to approve change order number 2 for this additional tonnage of cubic yards, or the additional cubic yards that we're removing. And this will put the new contract amount at $571,700.87.
You said in the beginning there, I mean, I heard the second part that you found more sediment than you thought, but the first part is, as you started, you diverted some? Was that a change in
So
process, or?
when I say diverted, we were going to take this to the landfill and offload it, but they were unable to dry it out enough without creating more of an issue for our other customers at the landfill. So we diverted it to another location. So that diversion changed the trucking path and the additional equipment needed to spread it out at that location.
Gotcha. Any other comments or questions? Then I'll make a motion to approve item 2022-575.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. What time will you be back?
I'm going back to the library.
Oh, all right. Item 2022-576, it has to do with our community housing solutions, and Naina Wilson's going to tell us about it.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. This item is for execution of a contract with Community Housing Solutions in the amount of $1,486,886.56 to construct 6 affordable homes in the Cedro Affordable Housing Project. And construction is expected to begin after the first of the year, once we have executed the contract. And CHS, they, of course, have been a community housing development organization with the city since 2015. And since that time, they have constructed and sold 11 homes in the Southside and Cedro communities. And as you know, we work with the nonprofit agencies that are called CHODOs to do this affordable housing development. CHS continues to meet those federal requirements to be designated a CHODO, and we have had a very successful partnership with them as we are providing homes to, affordable homes to affordable single-family homes to households or to potential home buyers. And as far as incomes are concerned, I did include the income limits. So just basically just looking at a household of 4, a household that makes about $58,400 a year. As long as their household doesn't exceed that, then that home would be affordable to them. I've also included the site plan as well as the house plans that will go on each of those 6 lots. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? I'll make a motion to approve item 2022-576.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good one. Is there anything else to come before finance today? Then I will make a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Any opposed?